Good morning once again. This is Dr. Tariq continuing with the medical term and their parts, part 2. Now we are discussing suffixes, suffix which comes after the word root to modify the meaning of the medical term, and it gives us information about procedure, condition, disease, and disorder. PCDD: position, procedure, condition, disease, and disorder. There are different type of suffixes. First, we will discuss suffixes which mean pertaining to or related to. They are ik, ak, al, us, ari, el. All has the same meaning. Related to, pertaining to. They have been created different words just to make the pronunciation smooth. Ik, we can say dermic. Ak, we can say cardiac, cardial. Us, subcutaneous. Ari, like pulmonary. El, el, like pharyngeal, related to pharynx. Laryngeal, related to larynx. Number 2, suffix pertaining to pathology. And in this category, number 1 is algia. Algia means pain. And we make the word gaster, algia. Gaster means stomach, algia means pain. So it means pain in the stomach. Gastralgia. Stenosis. Stenosis mean narrowing. Sometimes the blood vessels become narrow due to deposition of fat. That is known as arteriostenosis. Arteriostenosis, it means blood vessels are narrow now. Number 2 is megaly. The word we can make from megaly is cardiomegaly. Cardiomegaly or cardiomegaly. It means cardi means heart, megaly means enlargement. Enlargement of the heart. Cardi is heart, megaly is enlargement. Megaly, enlargement of heart. Gastralgia, arteriostenosis, stenosis narrowing, algia pain, and megaly enlargement. Next suffix which means pathology is malacia. Malacia means abnormal softening. Abnormal softening. The word we make is osteomalacia. Osteo means bone, malacia means abnormal softening. So abnormal softening of the bone. This disease of the bone is quite common among Middle East, and the women, because they do not sit much under the sun. Osteomalacia. And in children, its name is rickets. Osteomalacia is called rickets in children. Saccharosis. Saccharosis means hardening. This is another disease. Suffix, it means hardening. Arteriosclerosis, it means the arteries are hardened. Or osteosclerosis, osteo means bone and sclerosis means abnormal hardening. So is abnormal hardening of the bone, osteosaccharosis. Now we are going to those suffixes which mean some procedure. Centesis, Centesis. Centesis, it means surgical puncture to aspirate fluid. And the example is thoracocentesis. Thorax mean chest. So thoracocentesis mean making a surgical puncture in the chest to aspirate the fluid. Thoracocentesis, making a surgical puncture in the chest to aspirate the fluid in the chest. Amniocentesis. There are three membranes around the baby when it is in the uterus of the mother, and it makes a cavity, and in this cavity there is fluid which is called amniotic fluid, and baby is floating in that fluid. In case there is some genetic disease in the family, we aspirate some fluid from this amniotic fluid with the help of a long needle and ultrasound, and we can map the DNA of the baby, and we can know whether this baby is suffering from the family disease, genetic disease or no. This is known as amniocentesis, making a surgical puncture in the amniotic sac to remove the fluid. And in the fluid, we can have cells of the baby. And we know the DNA. Thoracocentesis, making a surgical puncture in the chest to aspirate the fluid from the chest. Amniocentesis, to make a surgical puncture to aspirate fluid from the amniotic cavity that surrounds the baby in the uterus of the mother. Next is graphy. Graphy means process of recording. Graphy means process of recording. Like radiography. Radiography means we are in the process of taking X-ray by using radiation. I will get a X-ray, that is our record. Radiography, when we are asking the patient to stand like this, take off your clothes, pull your arms up, face towards the machine, or lie down on the table, You move your arms away from the body. This is all. We are in the process of taking an X-ray. That is known as radiography. Graphy means process of recording. Graphy means process of recording. Process of recording. Actually, we are taking a picture. We can say photography. Next suffix is, which is procedure, example of an procedure, scopy. Internal visual examination. We cannot see the abdomen of the patient from inside with our eyes. But this is a scope, this is a machine. We can enter in the abdomen of the patient through making a hole, and then we can see the whole picture inside. We can see vagina, we can see the rectum, we can see the stomach in case of cancer or ulcer. That is known as gastroscopy. Visual examination of the stomach inside, gastroscopy. Internal visual examination, it could be endoscopic inside. Just enter through the rectum and you examine the large intestine. So graphicoscopy is internal visual examination. Then come plasty. Plasty is like surgical repair. Surgical repair like plastic surgery. Example is neuroplasty, myoplasty. Neuroplasty means the nerve was injured and broken into two pieces and it was sutured. Myoplasty means the muscle was ruptured, so it was stitched with suturing material. That is known as myoplasty. Repairing the nerves is known as neuroplasty. Repairing the muscle is known as myoplasty. And this is for plastic, like plastic surgery. Now we go to prefixes, which is LTNS, location, time, number. Very commonly used prefix is pre. We know the word natal. Pertaining to, al is pertaining to, nat is delivery. So natal mean pertaining to delivery. Natal mean, al mean pertaining to, nat mean delivery. Prenatal. We know examination. When a girl is pregnant, she goes for prenatal throughout its period. Prenatal. It means pertaining to before the delivery. So the gynecologists take care of the baby before the delivery. Pertaining to before the delivery. Postnatal. Postnatal means after the delivery. Few hours before the delivery and few hours after the delivery are very important. Anything can happen anytime. There is another example of a prefix, and that is perinatal. Perinatal. So it is prenatal before the delivery. It is postnatal after the delivery. It is perinatal. Like peri is like peripheral. So it is surrounding the time of delivery. A few hours before the delivery, a few hours after the delivery, and during the delivery. Any complication can arise. That all comes in perinatal. So these are the few examples of perinatal. Uh, only now the rest is vowel. Applying of rules of applying the vowel. We will do it in the next small video. Thank you very much.